Okay. Good morning, class. How's your long weekend? I hope you had a wonderful rest. I am beyond happy to see your beautiful and handsome faces today. But before we start our class discussion, I would like to request everyone to please stand and invite your classmate Aldrian to lead us in our prayer. Okay, thank you very much, Aldrian. And now to our lovely Miss President, Hannah, do we have students who are not around today? Wow, that's good to hear, grade 10, Maharlika. I'm happy to see everyone here excited to learn. I hope you can still remember the things that we have learned from our previous lesson. So what was our previous lesson last time? Anyone? Okay, yes, Gino, please stand. Okay, that's right. Thank you very much. So for today, we will be having an activity entitled I Have a Dream. So take one sheet of a paper and divide it into two sections. For the left part of the section, you write three dreams that you really want to achieve. For example, have a new car, graduate with flying colors, and many more. So for the right part of the section, you write a 5-sentence explanation on how you will achieve these goals and dreams. So next, you fold your papers into four. Make sure that your content is covered. Submit your papers to me by inserting it to the box I have provided earlier. After all the submissions, pick one paper from the box and then you read it and you reflect. So through this, you may also be inspired by your classmates' dreams and insights. So our intended learning outcomes, at the end of the 1 hour lesson, you, the learners, will be able to first analyze the poem A Dream Within a Dream by Edgar Allan Poe by highlighting the literary devices found within this poem. Next, interpret the poem A Dream Within a Dream through their summary, meaning, structure, rhyme scheme, meter, poetic devices, themes, symbolism, tone, and historical context. Next, create an acrostic poem about your own dreams and aspirations in life using the word dreamer. And lastly, design a graphic organizer in analyzing your written poem using the steps provided in the discussion. Now, let us read the poem A Dream Within a Dream. A Dream Within a Dream by Edgar Allan Poe. Take this kiss upon the brow, and in parting from you now, thus much let me avow, you are not wrong who deem that my days have been a dream. Yet if hope has flown away, in a night or in a day, in a vision or in none, is it therefore the less gone? All that we see or seem is but a dream within a dream. I stand amid the roar of a surf-tormented shore, and I hold within my hand grains of the golden sand. How few! Yet how they creep through my fingers to the deep, while I weep, while I weep. O God, can I not grasp them with a tighter clasp? O God, can I not save one from the pitiless wave? Is all that we see or seem but a dream within a dream?
So starting off, to appreciate the appropriateness of one form, we need to be aware of a range of options available to that particular writer at that particular time. So in the same way, we also need to pay attention to word choice. Why was this particular word chosen from a whole range of words that might have said much the same? Looking at manuscript drafts can be really enlightening, showing how much effort was expended in order to find the most appropriate or most evocative expression. What is the point of analyzing poetry? One answer is that only an analytical approach can help us arrive at an informed appreciation and understanding of the poem. Whether we like a poem or not, we should be able to recognize the craftsmanship that has gone into making it, the ways in which stylistic techniques and devices have worked to create meaning. General readers may be entirely happy to find a poem pleasing or unsatisfactory without stopping to ask why. So, how do we analyze a poem? First is read the poem aloud multiple times. Reading a poem aloud is necessary for analysis. It's important to read the poem multiple times before attempting to dig deeper meanings. Pay close attention to the rhythm and punctuation of the poem. The stress, the unstressed syllables, for these are intentional decisions made by the poet. Next is review the title. The title often contains important clues for understanding the piece. After reading the poem, reflect on the title and determine how or if it relates to your understanding of the work. Does it tell you anything about the poem's subject, tone, or form? Does it illustrate a specific time, place, or action, maybe? Next is identify the speaker. It's important not to confuse the poet with the speaker of the poem. So, more often than not, the speaker is a character, just like in a novel or play. The speaker will not always reveal a name, but using context clues, you can determine the persona, point of view, and the audience the speaker is addressing. Next is consider the mood and tone. Once you've identified the speaker, you'll have a more insight into the attitude or mood of the poem. Consider the speaker's tone and delivery. For instance, does the speaker's voice change throughout the piece? Is the voice active or passive? Are they speaking directly to the reader or to another character?
Next, for number 5, highlight the use of poetic devices. So there are hundreds of poetic devices or techniques writers employ to enhance the effects of their works. Poetic devices are tools that can create rhythm, they can enhance a poem's meaning or intensify a mood or feeling. So while you do not need to include every device in your analysis, it's a good idea to include the significant techniques that contribute to the overall meaning of the poem. Next, number 6, you try paraphrasing. So before writing your analysis, it may be helpful to rewrite the poem in your own words. So this does not mean condensing the poem, but working through the lines of the poem one by one. Now that you've become familiar with the poet's figurative language and the use of poetic devices, you will be able to apply what you've learned to determine what's at the heart of the piece. But remember, please avoid the notion that there is one true meaning. Next, number 7, we have identified the theme. So after paraphrasing, you should now have a better idea of the ideas of the poem. From those ideas, you'll be able to create a theme. So essentially, guys, the theme of a poem is the message the poet is trying to convey. A theme will often relate to a bigger idea or universal truth. At this point, you are ready to begin writing your analysis. So you've read the poem multiple times and dissected all the pertinent aspects that embellish the poem with meaning. Remember, don't expect a definitive reading. There can be many different interpretations other than your own. But as long as you are thorough and you justify your analysis with evidence, your interpretation is as valid as any other. So next, to analyze the poem A Dream Within a Dream by Edgar Allan Poe, we will be using the different steps in analyzing a specific poem. So A Dream Within a Dream by Edgar Allan Poe describes how a speaker experiences depths of dispiritedness and despair. As the poem is dissected for evaluating the mood, the motivation, and inherent upheavals his life underwent, traumatized by those events, the poet embarks on this dreary poetic masterpiece. According to philosophers, it is referred to as a dream argument and a dream hypothesis. So according to the poet, this world and all existing life is an illusion of sorts as reality doesn't exist.
So before I start with the summary, I would like to apologize if I will not be able to turn on my camera since I'm using data at the moment. And sorry for the background noise. So for the summary, in A Dream Within a Dream, Edgar Allan Poe implies that time is slipping away from the grasp of human beings like a sand on the beach, indicating that our existence is at the end inconsequential or a mere abstraction. So the narrator demands a farewell kiss on the brow, which is usually a melancholic ending in Poe's poem. He realizes that his days with his significant other were just a dream and wonders if this time was measurable or just a figment of his imagination. As the poem ends, the poet asks, the reader if they wake up and realize that all that they have gone through was nothing but a dream within another. So next, for the meaning, A Dream Within a Dream is purely a melancholic poem. It's about the hope, hopelessness, and helplessness of man in general, as the poet agonizingly contends that humans have to make compromises. So Edgar Allan Poe's poem is about his loss of his beloved and his struggle with time, loss, and helplessness. He expresses his undying love for his wife and wonders if all of his experiences were real or a figment of his subconscious. In the second stanza, he grasps the sand on the seashore and seek God's help. So next, for the structure, the poem consists of 24 verses divided into two stanzas, one of 11 lines, and one consisting of 13. So for the rhyme scheme in the poem is also different. The entire scheme can be encapsulated as AAA, BB, CC, VV, EE, FF, GG, HHH, II, JJ, and KK. So the entirety of the poem acts as couplets. More so, twice in two stanzas, three verses seem to rhyme, giving the entire poem some balance. So the poet has used also a hypothetical fantasy in this poem to create a deep impact on the mind of the readers. So to depict the confusion between the dream and reality, the poet has used a changing rhyme pattern in the poem. And next, for the meter, on the whole, the poem's meter alters considerably. It is a juxtaposition of iambic tetrameter and anapes thrown into one poem. So as a result, it gives the poem a dreamy or hazy effect. Things take a drastic turn, as is the case with Dream. So for the poetic devices, Edgar Allan Poe uses several literary devices to make his thoughts more appealing and heart-touching. These include a rhetorical exclamation, enjambment, metaphor, personification, anaphora, rhetorical question, polylogy, repetition of sounds, alliteration, and rhetorically charged lines. So these devices help to connect the lines and make the speaker's thoughts more appealing.
Moving forward with the themes, so this poem is far different from all the poems of its time. Poe explores the themes of life and dream in a very different way. He takes the readers to the land of dreams, to the land of fantasies, and the land of hopes. No matter how sad people are in their lives, they know that there is only one place where they can keep their hopes high, dreamland. So let's have a look at the important themes used in this piece. First is dream. The poem emphasizes the importance of distinguishing between reality and fantasy, as reality is what one lives in, while a dream is something one dwells in. We must wait for the right time of happiness to come. Next is death. Death is metaphorically described as a wave crashing against the sands of the shore, and the time is not in the hands of God to stop or pause it. Next is astral traveling. Deep down inside, the poem may also present the theme of astral projection or astral traveling, wherein the dreamer has out-of-body experiences. The dreamer floats near the shore and tries to gather all the wisdom he wishes to in the face of sand.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's now proceed to the symbolism of the poem. So Poe's poem, A Dream Within a Dream, contains symbols such as kiss, the dream, the shore, and even the sand. So kiss is a symbol of love and affection, while dream is a symbol of love and the lady he loved. Shore is a symbol for the speaker himself, while sand is a symbol of the time that cannot be held or stored. Next, for the tone. The tone of the poem is depressing, it's slow, it's empathic, it's monotonic, and pessimistic. In the first stanza, the tone is direct, it's elusive, and it's pensive. In the second stanza, the speaker is heartbroken and alludes to God for his inabilities. The ending has a difference, with the speaker asking a question helplessly. Lastly, for the historical context, Edgar Allan Poe's poem A Dream Within a Dream was published in 1849 and was inspired by two events. The first one, his fiancée being sent away, and the second one, his father withdrawing him from school. So Poe was a popular 19th century American poet and writer known for his short stories, which often explored dark culture. So I hope everything is clear by now.
So now let's proceed to our activity. So for our activity, I will be giving you a 15 to 20 minutes to create an acrostic poem. An acrostic poem is a poem in which certain letters of each line combine to spell out a word, name, or phrase when read vertically. So most often, it's the first letter of each line that spells out the word, but they can be placed anywhere on the line. So write an acrostic poem about your dreams and aspiration in life using the word dreamer. So use yellow pad paper. Your timer starts now. Okay, time's up. You may now submit your written works. Okay, thank you. So for your assignment, design a graphic organizer in analyzing the written poem using the 7-step provided in the discussion. So you may create your own graphic organizer, for example, charts, diagrams, tables, and etc. Submit your outputs tomorrow. So do you have any more question, class? If none, let us now pray. Okay, good day, everyone.